What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub coming at you with another reaction. Today we got Miss Movies, Brand Chandler, taking on Mike the Killer Kalinowski. I'm a big fan of both competitors, but I got Miss Movies taking this match. I just think she's more hungry, and she will emerge victorious. Let's do this.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Movies, Brienne Chandler.
Most Chris would go to see one of his movies.
Oh boy.
Oh man, and look at the heels. Wow, I like this personality. And she walked off the set.
Are you gonna continue to bring these challenges to the judges and?
It depends. If they're being jackasses, of course I'm going to be bringing the challenges to the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his Schmoedown debut, Mike the Killer Kalinowski. Look at Kalinowski.
I got my names and I'm coming for them.
Can you give a specific order on the names that you want to take down
Depends
next?
on how they come up to me.
Okay.
See what happens. Maybe I have to build up a couple more rounds to see if they think I'm worthy of them. But again, it's a lot of luck.
Brienne did this to herself. Do you understand how scary that is? Brienne has decided to take on multiple personalities. I don't even know where they came from, and they tend to manifest themselves as, guess what? Movie villains.
Brienne, she's the dark side. I'm the light side. I am the hope, the ray of light. Rebellions are built on hope. Get behind me. You're going to see what's going to happen.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Mike the Killer Kalinowski.
What's that? Is that
Present. Batman has a present. A party gift.
Party gift.
Party gift.
Nice. That's nice.
Wow.
But I'm sorry. I'm not opening.
She's not opening it. Oh, she throws it away.
All right, I got pudding for everybody. You get some pudding.
I just have something to say. You know, they say, oh, Kalinowski's like a favorite in this league now, and that's because you're shoving him down our fucking throats. No shit, he's a favorite. Just call me Angel in the morning, baby. Just touch my cheek before you leave,
Baby.
Oh man, that was so great. That was a great match, Mike. It was. It was so nice to watch you lose. And you know what? It's gonna be even better when I'm right across from you and watching you lose next.
6 Degrees is in the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament, and was there any speculation as they wouldn't be here? This is the future of the league, and now they have to go up against DC Movie News.
We got a couple of villains that are trying to get into the Schmoedown. Brian Chandler, Stacey Howard, these ladies, Jay Washington with the mouth on him, breaking into people's interviews. True villains like this. You know, it's done. It stops right here. Arctic Circle.
And your winner, by way of knockout, Mike the Killer Kalinowski, and the silent assassin, Adam Gertler, DC Movie News. Brienne, as you can see, is pissed, and nobody gets more dangerous in this league than Brienne Chandler when she's upset. So I'm putting the league on notice again.
Brienne, are you excited about your match coming up with Clark Wool?
To be quite honest, I don't give a fuck.
And your winner, Movies, you have the next round, and guess who's in the burn book for your next round?
My next round, I'm going to be facing Mike Kalinowski, also known as Homecoming King of Vanilla High School.
I mean, isn't your arch nemesis at this point Mike?
I don't know if he's my arch nemesis, but he's apparently the only other person in this league aside from Clark. So that's the only person I'm going to be facing probably the rest of my life.
But we all know your history.
The
With
Joker
Chandler.
to my Batman.
Right?
But, you know, I mean, how many times do I have to knock her down? I know her tricks. I know her tactics. I know how to rile her up. This is the tournament now, so the gloves come off.
Miss Movies! Yeah!
Welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown, the ultimate Schmoedown singles tournament. I am Mark Ellis. This is Ken Knapsack, and boy, what a matchup we have today as my announcer voice gets turned on.
Oh no, head on down to Fugles to get a free steak. No, we're not going to do this. This isn't the place, Mark.
Not the bit.
Because we have a quarterfinal match today, and the rivalry continues between Mike Kalinowski and Brienne, Miss Movies Chandler. And they're making the case to have one of the most heated rivalries in the Schmoedown. It started a few months back when they met in regular play, and Kalinowski was coming off a tragic Inner Geekdom loss. This was the match with Coy Jandrew winning, and he lost on Puddin. Lloyd Bridges will be proud. Puddin. And Brienne has not stopped letting him hear about it in a spectacular way. Now, Miss Movies is known for her flashy entrances. She, famously dressed as Harley Quinn and brought pudding to rub the salt in the wounds of Mike. And but he had kind of the last laugh with a victory the last time they met.
That's right. I mean, if you're Brienne Chandler, you got to think that for the holidays, Mike Kalinowski is going to get some figgy pudding, and that's exactly what they both plan on bringing to this matchup, because the winner of this will move on in the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament, get to the semifinals to take on JTE, who just recently defeated his Team Patriots counterpart, Mr. Jeff the Insider Snyder.
Big win for JTE, and that's right. They could be a winner here today. We'll face him, and they're both, Miss Movies and Kalinowski might have some heat between them, but either one of them would love the opportunity to face JTE, prove their worth against Little Evil here. And Miss Movies is we saw this famous this kind of turn of character that's propelled her into the upper echelon of play here. She already knew movies. That's her name. That's her skill. But she turned it on, and you've seen she was so angry after the Kalinowski match, the last one, saying that the commissioner, Christian Harloff, and the powers that be were pushing Mike down the throats of the fans, forcing him up the ladder, and that maybe he wasn't worth that. And to be fair, Kalinowski had come up short again in a big Inner Geekdom match against Rachel Cushing. It was a great battle, and the Misfits, Brienne's faction, were there in the post interview to mock him about not getting the job done.
That's right. I mean, look, I can assure you folks at home of this, is that what is not on the wheel, fantasy sci-fi, that's going to help Brienne Chandler here today, because she was not happy with how that category played out in a previous match. And for Kalinowski, look, you can say this, he is the favorite in today's match, but I think it's going to be a very evenly played contest. I think we're looking at 3 rounds of pure fire, and apparently the contestants feel the same way. They had some words for each other before the match begins.
All right, so here we are, my second match in the tournament here. Feeling pretty good after my defeat of Makuga coming into this. So I'm coming in really strong feeling this. I've got my bases covered going into this. I want to make it to that next round. After my Makuga match and kind of seeing what's happened in this first round, I definitely have a shot at it. It's kind of boosted my confidence coming in.
Here we are at the second round. Again, you weren't even supposed to get past Clark Wolf. And now Clark Wolf has been
Dismissed.
Now, I have faced off against Brienne twice before. She is now kind of becoming my arch rival. It's kind of building into a Manstroka rivalry here, but I have nothing but respect. People are talking to me, they're saying, it's the heel watch, Kalinowski, you're turning heel. I won't, because I'm not gonna underestimate her.
Now we come back to an old situation with an old foe, if you will, Mike the Killer Kalinowski. Isn't it just obvious that you want to be a thorn in our sides? Mike, I wore a black Superman shirt for a reason today, to let you know even the Man of Steel can be killed.
So the nickname has changed from Killer to KO. That actually came from one of the fans on the Facebook page. They said you can't spell Kalinowski with KO. It happened because of our match against 6 Degrees and against Makuga. So I kind of got some pressure now to kind of keep that up. I like it. Hopefully I'll be able to continue that streak. We'll see.
Do you see what she's doing? I am dealing with a lunatic here. This is what she does in her spare time, okay? She has fun doing this, okay? And this woman has kids. Do you understand that? She doesn't have kids. So what that means for you is that you are just another peg on the way to victory for the Misfits.
So let's say this will be my 3rd time facing Brienne and the Misfits. I want to say this is going to put her down. I want to say this will be the end of it. But like any good villain and the good hero of the rivalry, they're always going to be there. You know, that Harley Quinn, she's always going to be there to my Batman. So I want to say never, that I'll never face her again. But I think she'll rear her head again if I do.
Mike Kalinowski, this will be the final time you are
Dismissed!
Miss Movies, here we are, facing off again. You wanted me, here I am.
And you see that right there. I mean, Kalinowski and Brand not shy about taunting each other. It's going to be a well-played match, but there might not be a whole lot of sportsmanship, Ken.
Yeah, that's true, but you can see this respect in Mike's eyes that maybe wasn't there before. Maybe he's been burned a little bit by underestimating her.
He got pushed.
Maybe even Victory,
Yep.
he realizes his past mistake there. You know, Mike's got a 3-1 record. The only person he couldn't knock out, though, he's at 2 knockouts of the 3 wins. It was Miss Movies, so maybe that's where it's coming. Miss Movies has a 2-1 record, victories over Clark Wolf and Perry Nemiroff. That victory over Clark Wolf, possibly a bracket buster for a lot of people. And looking at the tail of the tape, we have Miss Movies' strengths include musicals, dramas, using pudding as a weapon to shame her opponent, and, staring through her opponent's soul. She's good at that. And Kalinowski, who goes by the nickname KO now, we saw comic book movies, DC and Marvel, both of them. He reads all the comical booklets, James Bond, and helping old ladies across the street. He's such a gentleman.
He really is, even if he's wearing a Batman costume and sweating through it as he's doing it. Ken, I am ready to get this match on the books. It's a quarterfinal matchup in the Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Edition. How are you feeling?
I am ready.
Then do the thing.
All right, it's time for the movie Trivia Schmoedown, and here are today's opponents. Introducing first, representing the Misfits, with a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat, Miss Movies, Chandler!
That Benatar. I am liking that. It's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, we got the anticipation. Build up. She's always got something planned.
That's apparently a
Bracket there.
somebody's racket.
Yep. And here she comes. Here she comes.
Bracket. It has been broken by the heartbreaker herself.
What, I grew up in an era when Pat Benatar was the queen.
We're still in that era, Ken.
We're still in there. And I respect what's going on here right now.
Incredible dance moves after breaking a bracket. I've never seen somebody celebrate busting through a bracket quite like that. Very, very high school Friday Night Lights-esque intro, and I think she got her point across to Michael Puddin Kalinowski.
Right.
What's going on here?
What is she drinking?
Oh, it's your bracket tears.
Oh no! How do they taste?
They're a little bitter. But
Fair enough. A lot of hoppiness in there, and a little bit of bitter. A lot of people crying into that glass right now, Ken.
And her opponent, representing DC Movie News and the League, with a record of 3 wins, 1 defeat, and 2 knockouts. He is Mike KO Kalinowski.
Wow, Kalinowski once again is leisurely spy fast. He brought some flowers, it would appear, for Brienne. Maybe it's a coma of sorts, and Brienne accepts the gift. And Kalinowski all spy. Brienne threw the flowers down. She trashed the flowers. How's Kalinowski going to react? Those were not cheap. Oh, he's got a martini.
Look at that.
Wow, a lot of alcohol on the desk, Ken. I wish we had some of that booze because I love drinking. But as we get set here for round 1, Mr. Kalinowski is the favorite. Brienne, Chandler, they're both ready to go in round 1. You will each hear 8 questions from 8 different movie categories. Each question is worth 1 point. Once we ask the question, please write down your answer on the whiteboard in front of you. When we ask you to reveal your best attempt at an answer, please show the whiteboard to the cameras at the same time you verbalize it into your microphone. Keep in mind, there's no stealing in round 1. There's no penalty for missing a question. Brienne, are you ready? A few more of those tears.
Will Kalinowski be adding
Ready.
to that goblet? Mike, you look set?
I am neither shaken nor stirred.
All right, wow, that's a line from a movie we've all seen. Fun fact, Pat Benatar never asked to do a Bond theme, and I find that to be tragic.
That is tragic indeed. Both competitors are ready, Mark. I'm ready. You ready?
I'm feeling as good as I will ever feel for the rest of my life, Ken. Here we go.
Then let's get ready to
Schmoedown!
to a finish. Quarterfinals in the Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Tournament.
Your first category in round one comes from the world of comedies. In the film Wedding Crashers, who played Chaz, the man who taught Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn the art of crashing weddings? Ken, have you ever crashed a wedding yourself?
No, I have not. I've been an officiant at weddings.
You were
Will
great, Josh
Ferrell.
McGill.
And I
Wedding.
tried
I need
to
to say that to
acknowledge-
everybody out there.
Thank you.
You did it. 5,
Fun.
4, 3, 2, and a 1. Mike Kalinowski.
Will Ferrell.
That is correct for a point. Brienne.
Will Ferrell. I spelled it wrong. Sorry.
Point for each.
You said it right.
Close enough, and we move on to Ken.
All right. Question 2 is in the category of fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Who directed After Earth, starring Will Smith?
I love this. I will literally see anything.
Did you like that movie?
I actually did.
Okay.
I actually did. I have to say it like this.
Yeah, you should whisper.
5,
4, 3, 2,
M. Night
and
Shyamalan.
1.
so in sync today.
Pens down. We're good. Miss Movies.
I'm not even guessing.
Not
Nothing.
Did you not know the answer? Is this out of protest for the category selection?
I don't know the answer.
All right. That is a blank. No answer, no point.
M. Night Shyamalan?
That is correct for a point.
That is correct. Kalinowski takes the lead over Chandler. He
Shyamalan
did
ding dong.
pronounce it right, and we will move on to dramas. Dramas is your next category, and the question is thus. Russell Crowe plays a character by the name of Bud White in what 1990s crime drama?
How many 30-odd feet of grunt concerts have you been to?
I've heard of the band.
Yeah.
Never. I'm not sure. Is that a trick question?
No. The answer should be no.
5,
No idea.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down. Mike Kalinowski, you're up first.
LA Confidential?
Give the man a point, Brienne.
I put Inside Man, which he's not even in, I'm sure.
What a good movie.
Is he in Inside? I don't know if he is in Inside. I don't think he is in Inside Man. Yeah. He's in The Insider, perhaps. We'll get
That's
to
what I
that.
was thinking.
He was also in Virtuosity.
3-1
Cool.
KO is perfect so far. Your fourth question comes in the category of rom-coms. These are comedies with a romantic edge.
Oh.
Hey.
Who plays the woman who switches homes with Cameron Diaz in the 2006 rom-com The Holiday?
Would you switch homes with me for a week? Would you trust me in your home? Would you be trusted in mine?
I've switched
Kate
hotel rooms
Winslet.
before.
Well, you took my hotel room. It's a little different there, Ken. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brienne, aka Miss Movies.
Kate Winslet.
Give her a point. She's within 1 of Kalinowski unless he can retort. He can.
Remains perfect.
4-2, and Kalinowski still within range of getting a bonus question
Yeah.
at the end of this round, but he's got a long way to go. And that begins right here with your next category in round 1, action adventure. Your question is, in the film John Wick, what make of Ford car was stolen from John at the beginning of the film? I've had my car stolen. Do you know the story?
I do. It's
Had
sad.
my car stolen. Where was I at the time? In my apartment playing Grand Theft Auto.
I thought you were in your car.
True story. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we
Mustang?
will go to Brienne first. Excuse me, Kalinowski. Give us your answer.
Mustang?
It
Correct.
is a
Remaining
Ford
perfect.
Mustang. Brienne, did you
I
have
said
Mustang?
Shelby.
That is a type of Mustang.
It's the model.
It-
Mine is more specific.
It is specific, and I believe we can accept that answer.
I'll accept it.
And I'm going to challenge his answer because
No, well, the
we
answer
need
is
the actual model.
it's a Mustang. Let's not get ahead of
Fine.
ourselves. It is a Shelby Mustang, and we will accept both answers for a point apiece. So Kalinowski still perfect, and Chandler trailing just by 2.
Right. And We're going to your sixth question. Category is animated. Animated. What Monty Python veteran voices Princess Fiona's father, King Harold, in the Shrek films?
You have anything you want to talk about in 7 seconds?
I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay.
You do a very silly walk, sir. 5, 4, 3,
No idea. John
2,
Cleese?
1. A very heavy breathing Kalinowski. We go to Brienne first. Your answer.
John Cleese.
That is correct.
I got it right.
Eric Idle.
Didn't have it, and it is within one.
Wait, that was it.
Kalinowski.
Holy
Mike's
shit.
perfect round busted. Perfect round busted.
Gone forever, lost to all of eternity like Bing Bong. Now we move on to comic book movies. Comic book movies, the penultimate question in round 1. In the film Wonder Woman, who played General Antiope? Close enough. Diana's aunt and mentor.
Just want to read it again.
No, I do not.
Jenny from Wonder Woman.
Lead with that one.
We're
good.
Feeling good about that question. Even the great Mark Ellis drinks
What's up?
sometimes.
Hold on. What the hell's her name? Sean Penn's wife. Oh, come on.
Five, four,
I
three,
can't remember her name.
2, and 1. Mike Kalinowski, did you have the answer? It is
Robin Wright 10.
Right.
Wait for
Robin.
it. Robin Wright. All right, Miss Movies hanging close to 6-5. 6-5. Close, heading into the final question.
Wow,
Your final
man.
question in round 1 is from the category of horror thriller. Horror thriller. What was the name of the head gremlin against Gizmo and the last to survive in Gremlins?
I know somebody who doesn't know the answer to this
Wouldn't know
question
this
because
answer
he's
if you paid
never
me.
seen the movie. Never seen the movie.
Little Devils wasn't allowed to.
5, 4, 3. That's what they called them. 2, and 1. Pens down. Brienne, do you know the answer?
Mike Kalinowski.
Good.
I want to give her a point. Let me get the
Like a
commissioner on
half-
the phone.
like a half.
Oh, you should get some sort of prize for that. Kalinowski.
Spike?
Oh my God! Dear God, it's a great network, but it's just so close, and it's not quite their Stripe, Ken. We were looking for Stripe. He's probably the biggest reason why you were never allowed to see Gremlins.
That's true. That's true. Dangerous name.
Wow,
Little
what
Devils.
a matchup we have here. So Kalinowski,
Yeah.
flirting with a perfect first round there for a minute, fell off towards the end, but still has the lead. 6-5. This game could not be tighter unless it was tied.
Right, absolutely. And we see in the second round, sometimes with Miss Movies, I've seen some of the wheel rounds not go her way. This is a key, the key part of the game right here, the fate of the wheel.
You mentioned the wheel round, and it seems like you want to move on to round 2.
I love round 2. Round 2 is my favorite of the rounds.
Then here we go with the wheel round in round 2. Each contestant gets a spin at their wheel. Once you settle on a category, which if you don't like the first category you spin, you are awarded 1 mulligan. Then whatever you spin, you must answer 4 questions from that movie category. Each question is worth 2 points. There is stealing available in round 2. If you're not sure of the answer, you can check to multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1 point. There is, again, no penalty for missing it. Once again, there is stealing. Mike Kalinowski,
Yes.
not only are you sitting in the favorites chair, you also have the slimmest of leads, which awards you the option to spin first, or you can defer to Brienne.
Spinning first has always been good for me, so I'm going to spin first.
He's going to spin first.
Let's see what he
Have
does.
at it. See how you spin in that suit, and look
Good
at him
spin.
go.
Spin is in, spin is in.
Nice spin.
Like that there.
Solid torque.
Yeah, good torque. You're right. Torque is key.
You got to think he's looking for comic book movies. Kalinowski seems to know a lot about it.
Torque is one of the underrated things in life.
Is it Robin Williams?
Robin
It
Williams.
is Robin Williams.
I'm going to spin again.
He's going to spin again.
Gonna spin again.
And away from the funny man who also graded drama, graded bearded roles.
Right.
And that spin again. You got to think maybe he wants comic book movies. Maybe he's looking for that spy category.
Yeah, it's a
He's
risk.
on the wheel.
It's a risk, but sometimes you have to take that risk, Mark. And we're looking
And
at
did
his
it pay off
answer.
for him? It's going to go past
Down
Robin and
to-
get to
Spy movie.
Yes,
She's
indeed.
dressed like a spy. Wow.
Yeah,
What
that
a
is-
turn of events for Kalinowski. I will be administering the questions to Mike Kalinowski, and as we get down here to spy movies, these are all movies about somebody who at some point is a spy. Okay. Here we go. All right. Mike Kalinowski, you spun spy movies. Your first question in the world of spy films. Who starred opposite Denzel Washington as CIA agent Matt Weston in the spy
Ryan
action
Reynolds.
thriller Safe House?
Ryan Reynolds.
2 points for Mike Kalinowski. He's off to a hot start.
All right.
Your next question, this is actually in the world of James Bond movies. What was the first James Bond movie to receive an Oscar?
I have to go multiple
You can answer
choice.
here. In 5,
Multiple choice.
4.
Your options are thus: Diamonds Are Forever, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger,
B.
or The Spy
From
Who Loved
Russia with Love. B.
Goldfinger. That's correct.
Give the
For
man
points.
1 point. It is 9-5 with 2 questions remaining. Your next one, Mike. In The Bourne Identity, 3 agents are activated to take down Bourne. Castle Mannheim and the Professor. Who played the agent known as the Professor?
Never seen any of the films.
2
Correct for
points
2 points.
for Kalinowski. All those movies run together for me.
It does for
Not
me, too.
him. He knocked that one out of the park. And your last question. Who directed the film 3 Days of the Condor?
Never
Multiple
even
choice.
heard of
Is it
them.
A, Sidney Pollack, B, John Huston, C, William Friedkin, or D, John Frankenheimer?
B.
William Friedkin.
That is incorrect, Brienne. You do have the option to steal here for 1 point.
Frankenheimer?
That is also incorrect. Looking for Sidney Pollack.
Sidney Pollack.
Pollack. 3 Days of the Condor. Not actually about birds at all, Ken.
Nope, not at all, but a good round for Mike.
Well,
He
you know.
he was still able to take a lead here, 11-5, 6 points over Miss Movies as she goes to spin.
She's got her work cut out for her, and here comes the spin now, trailing by 6.
Good position on the wheel. That's key. Got to get the good key. That torque you talked about,
There's the
Alice.
spin, and it's
Yes.
coming around.
Opponent's
Oh, no,
choice.
opponent's choice. That's
We-
a tough spin for Brienne, and now the
Yes.
onus falls on Kalinowski to try to maximize the penalty spin.
he is formerly a killer.
He went
He's got
from
to tap into that spirit now.
hero to now Bond villain. Look at
Look at
how
that.
he strokes his chin
Yeah.
ever so deftly, like he's got a hairless cat at home waiting to be pet.
movies.
He's going with comic book movies. An
All
interesting play
I
because
love that
regardless
category.
of whether Chandler is great at comic book movies or not, we know Kalinowski might be able to get a
Right.
steal if we get
The
that far.
strategy of the steal is an often underrated strategy in this game. All right. 4 questions in the category of comic book movies to you, Brienne Chandler. First question in. In Doctor Strange, Wong said that the Eye of Agamotto contained an Infinity Stone. Which Infinity Stone did it contain?
The Time Stone. The Time Stone. The Time Stone. Come
Go
on.
to 5, 4.
I'll go multiple choice.
A. Mind Stone. B. Time Stone. C. Power Stone. D. Reality Stone.
B.
Mind Stone?
That is incorrect. Mike. Time Stone. That is correct for Steel. Time Stone. Time Stone.
7-point gash now.
Come on,
3 questions
Brienne.
remain in comic
You
book
got
movies.
this.
All right. Who played Perry White in Superman
Frank
Returns?
Langella. Frank Langella.
What? Do you have the year that came out?
We cannot give you
Okay.
the year.
Multiple choice then.
A. Jackie Cooper. B. Frank Langella. C. Hugh Laurie. D. Tom Wilkinson.
Langella?
That's correct for a point.
All right, so we're back to the initial lead that Kalinowski did have when Chandler spun the ill-fated opponent's choice. It's a 6-point game.
Third question.
Who played Ajax's right-hand woman Angel Dust
Gina
in
Carano.
Deadpool?
Gina Carano.
Oh, Gina Carano.
That is correct for 2 points.
Woo! That's a big 2-pointer right there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Final question. Final question. Who played Flint Marko,
Thomas
aka
Hayden
Sandman,
Church.
in Spider-Man 3?
Thomas Hayden Church. Come on. Thomas Hayden Church.
Multiple choice.
A. Topher Grace. B. Alfred Molina. C. Thomas Hayden Church. D. Dennis Leary.
C.
Thomas Hayden Church.
That's correct for a point.
Okay, and Brienne really maneuvering her way around a category she was saddled with by Kalinowski after Brienne spun opponent's choice. She entered that spin with a 6-point deficit. It has been cut in half to 3 as we move on to the final round. The winner advances to the semifinals of the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament, and round 3 works like thus. Each competitor is going to give Ken and I a series of 3 numbers that range from 1 to 20. Mike, you'll give us 3 numbers, and then Brian, you'll give us 3 numbers. Each one of them correspond to a movie trivia category up here at our answer desk. The first question you receive is worth 2 points, the next 3, and the final one is worth 5 points. There is no stealing in round 3. And Ken, Mike Kalinowski is in the lead. So like I said, Mike, you're going to give us your 3 numbers that will hopefully bless good luck upon you.
Hopefully, I'll do 3, 14, and 17.
3, 14, 17. Miss Boobies.
6, 10, 12.
All right.
6, 10, 12.
6, 10, and 12. Brian, I'll be asking you your
for yes, how
series
many?
of questions.
How many JTU rules do we have?
You
3.
each have a full complement of JTE rules remaining.
How many is it? 3?
3.
Okay, thank you.
So you can ask to have a question repeated if need be. Brienne, you said number 6, and that corresponds to sports movies for your 2-point question. What 2003 football movie sees Ed Harris co-star with
Radio.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and tackles themes of prejudice against
Radio.
those with mental disabilities?
Radio.
2 points for Brienne Chandler. And all of a sudden, she is within 1 question being correct of taking the lead. Brienne, the next number you gave us was 10. That's where one of you should chime in. 10. And that corresponds to the category of horror thriller. Did you hear my voice quiver when I said
Yeah,
horror?
you're scared
Because I
already.
get scared of those movies and pressure situations. And here's your question.
Come on, Brienne.
Who directed 1982's Creep Show?
John Carpenter.
Let me go to 5, 4,
Can you repeat the question?
I certainly may.
This is one of our JT rules.
Who directed 1982's Creep Show?
I guess John Carpenter.
5, 4, 3.
I'm just gonna guess Sam Raimi.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Looking for the master George A. Romero. George Romero directing 1982's Creep Show. And so now it all comes
Great.
down to the final category for
5-pointer.
Brienne Chandler, the 5-pointer. Ken, what number did she select?
She selected number 12.
Good old number 12.
Come on,
and
Brienne. You got
for
this.
5 points. And the lead to extend the match against Mike Kalinowski. Your question
Category.
is from the category
Okay.
of Disney movies. And your question is thus. What legendary actor played harpooner Ned Land in Disney's 1954 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
No sense in delaying this. Jason Robards?
And your winner with a score of 12-1, Mike K.O. Kalinowski. The answer was
Jason Robards, not a bad answer.
Not a bad answer. If you're in there, you got to guess. I respect what Miss Movies did there. Just diving right in, going with your gut instinct if you're going to guess. And, that was a category I think she probably had a strength in. But sometimes, especially higher you get, those questions can get a little more fine-tuned.
Great win, Mike.
That's right, but nothing but class after the match between Kalinowski and Chandler. And Kalinowski will advance to face JT in the semifinals of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Tournament. A very well-played match. Brienne really could have folded after spinning opponent's choice, but instead she fought back and cut the lead to a mere 3 points. Got within a whim of tying Kalinowski, but couldn't quite get over the hump. And now we have Jen Sturger with a interview both the winner and the loser. Take it away, Jen.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? I'm Jen Sturger here with Mike the Killer Kalinowski. Dude, why does it always come down to the end with
It
you
does.
two?
We were talking beforehand. They were kind of giving me a new nickname of KO Kalinowski. I can't have that now because she, the wheel was finally in my favor. This was the first time out of all my matches the wheel was in my favor. Spy movies. I was hoping it would have been a James Bond wheel.
You spun Robin Williams first.
That's true. Yeah.
Why'd you pass that up?
His filmography is huge. I was talking with some people before. It's like he's in so many movies too, like not even supporting roles, like just cameos. That you would go up on that. So I was like,
plus your Flubber trivia is just not up there, is it?
Yeah. But spy movies, that's a good one for me. But then I have to forget that there are spy movies in the 60s and 70s, which are kind of, out there. But, I had a good round. And then I was tempted on the opponent's choice. I've never won that one.
Oh, really?
They've never spun opponent's choice against me, so I didn't know what to pick. So I was like, And on the wheel, she's good with all of those. So I was like, well, let me pick my strength so that I can steal. And she was great. I couldn't steal it. I stole one. I knew all the ones that she had. I wish she would have kind of just guessed and not gone multiple choice because I would have really got a good lead. But it didn't work that way because she's a great competitor, so she knows how to play the game.
So now, heading into the final round of the Schmoedown.
Yeah, from my side, yeah.
You're going up against JT.
I know. Yes.
The man who he has a rule named after him.
I
know. Are you a little intimidated about this?
No, I'm not because I know how to use the rule. People have told me how I'm good at the JT rule. So but I was worried on my side of the bracket for McWeeny. He was the one competitor out of all those that I was sweating. Gone up against him twice, lost twice, and he was out right away. So I was like, okay. And now studying for this match against Brienne, I was watching all matches and watching JT. He knows his stuff. He's great. I'm not going to say he's not.
He's very well-rounded.
He is, but he also gets stumped, and he struggles a lot of times just like I do. So I think and I'm coming off of some really good wins here. I'm feeling good going against this. I really am feeling good going against this. I've got a shot at this belt now. I'm going for it. I'm not going to sleep on it, the win today, because he is a great competitor. We're going to see what's going to happen. Hopefully I'll have a little more lady luck on my side with the wheel.
Do you have a strategy going into the next match?
I don't. It's just studying my weaknesses again. I'm becoming more of a well-rounded player, I think, with my studying and the Schmoedown fans, you guys, and my League of Justice Facebook page they started from. You guys, they did like this whole, we were up 5 a.m. and there's constant question for me. You guys were fantastic, and that helped a lot. So I've got some great fans behind me. Some people think I'm turning heel, which I'm not going to. I know who you are out there. I'm not going to do that. But JT, these are competitors that when I first started, they were at the top. These are the guys. So now here I am making my way into that. So I think I've proven myself. So it's going to be a match.
What would it mean for you to be able to play against the commissioner?
Oh, God. He's
the former commissioner.
He's my FSU buddy. That's going to be a rivalry. But
you guys go deep?
We do. But that guy, he got my start with over DC movie news and everything. So I've got a lot to thank for this guy. I know he's good. He's really good. So
good luck.
Thanks, Jen.
Can't wait to see what you come up with, and keep those questions coming. Keep this guy on his toes, guys. All right. Miss Movies, Brienne, that was a hell of a match. You and Mike consistently put on a great show.
Do we?
You do.
I'm glad.
You do. It always comes down to the very, very end with you two. You always keep them from that KO. What do you feel like was your biggest weakness in this match?
Goodness, my biggest weakness in this match. Getting opponent's choice is probably the biggest weakness for me.
Is that the first time that's happened for you?
No, I get that a lot. I get so that's just the way it goes.
Mm-hmm. So going forward into the Schmoedown, into the tournament, who are you looking to see? Who are you rooting for?
A lot's been going on lately. So I'm not really focused on the rest of the tournament. But I will say that I'm looking forward to the spectacular, and I'm looking forward to being a spectator of that. I'm also looking forward to having a break, and because I have a lot of mental situations going on and physical issues going on. So I hope that I'll be back, and I hope that I'll be able to, when the call comes for my next match, be able to say I'm ready. But I can't guarantee that, and I really am not in a good headspace right now. And I have to be honest with the audience. I don't know who I'm rooting for because I just can only think about tomorrow.
If you don't mind me asking, what does this mean for 6 Degrees going forward?
That's a great question. As far as 6 Degrees, as far as the Misfits, hypothetically, if this break isn't long enough, then I want them to continue without me, and I want them to get a new teammate if that's what the future is, because I would never want them to not be doing that. I don't want to hold anyone back.
Well, obviously, Brienne, we love watching you compete, but we love you as a person more, and we just want you to take whatever time you need to get better and, work on yourself, because I think we all need that kind of time every once in a while.
We do.
We'll all be rooting for you. We'll all be keeping, in touch with you on social media, and I don't feel like this is the last time we've seen you. I'm just gonna.
I mean, I would definitely do an exhibition match because that's so relaxed, but we'll see.
Well, we love you, Miss Movies.
Oh, I love you guys.
Back to you guys in the booth before I cry.
And can you see right there, Kalinowski very excited, but also very complimentary of Brienne's performance in this match.
Absolutely. It was great to hear what was going through his mind when that opponent's choice came up on the wheel to explain his line of thinking there.
Decision.
Do you go villain? Do you go hero? Do you go for the win? What do you do there? And to see where Miss Movies, her mind is going forward, maybe there's some questions, or maybe, they're digging deep. You got Jay Washington, you got Stacey Howard, the Misfits are still around. I know it's a tough defeat here. This feud, is it over? Is the story of KO versus Miss Movies, does it end here? That was what we were trying to see answered there today.
That's right.
I think we got that.
Well, I think for Miss Movies on the whole, I think she can be very proud of her performance in the tournament this year. I mean, I think she adjudicated herself very well, getting the upset win over Clark Wolf and taking Kalinowski deep into the game. And Kalinowski, look, if I'm JT, you cannot take this match. It's coming up lightly. I know he's got his sights set on belt. He's got to get through Kalinowski first. That's not going to be an easy task.
Yeah, you heard Kalinowski's thoughts on JT now that we know he is his opponent there. And that is a big one. That is a big one, JT versus KO.
Make sure you guys check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook group. Request to be a member and talk all things in the world of Schmoedown. Listen to the Schmoedown Rundown on iTunes. And check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown app, now available. Download the app and play along as your favorite competitors against whoever you want. Form your own leagues. It is a whole boatload of fun. Ken, put down that app until you turn it over to the end of this program.
Absolutely. That was a great match. What do you guys think? Comment below. Share. Get the word out there about the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. You can get all the inside stuff on the Schmoedown Rundown. And now, for a breakdown of today's match, let's go to Frank Janish.
Frankie Numbers!
What's up, everyone? Frank from the Rundown. And Mike Kalinowski continues to win matches that involve Miss Movies as he advances to the tournament semifinals via TKO by a score of 12-11. And in the first round, Kalinowski continued to be a strong, consistent force, putting up 6 points. So far this season, through 4 matches, he has yet to earn fewer than 6 points. But Miss Movies was right on Kalinowski's heels, earning 5 points herself. Now, by the end of the second round, Kalinowski was able to add 2 more points to his lead as Miss Movies spun opponent's choice and given comic book movies where Kalinowski was able to steal just 1 point. Going into the third round with a 3-point lead, well, that was all Kalinowski would need as Miss Movies was only able to answer her 2-point question, never being able to force it back to Kalinowski. Mike Kalinowski is set to square off against JTE in the semifinal. Now let's go inside the numbers of this match. As you can see, Brienne Chandler answered 9 out of 16 for an accuracy rate of 56%. And as we turn our attention to Mike Kalinowski, who answered 10 out of his 13 questions for nearly 77% accuracy rate, as well as being 1 for 1 in steal opportunities. Not much happened here in terms of record-setting performances, but there was one pretty big achievement set by Mike Kalinowski. And when it comes to 3-game winning streaks, add Kalinowski's name to the list as he becomes just the 10th player in history to attain such a feat. Through his 3-game stretch, he is answering 81% correct, which is a performance that is right in line with the all-time great Dan Murrell and his own 3-game win streak. The only difference here is that Murrell's 3rd game was a title match against Mark Riley, and so that makes Kalinowski's streak the 3rd best 3-game winning streak of all time. And when we look ahead to the JTE Kalinowski match, no matter what, one of them will become just the 6th player that has a 4-game winning streak in the history of the league. And looking at steal leaders, Mike Kalinowski continues to be perfect as he is now 8 for 8 lifetime. And hey, if you're looking for more stats and info on your favorite players and teams, go follow SD Rundown Stats on Twitter for more. And if you want to listen to a full breakdown and analysis of this and every other match, be sure to check out the Schmoedown Rundown podcast every week on the SK Plus YouTube channel, as well as on the Schmoes Know podcast feed on iTunes. And this is going to do it for your post-match Schmoedown breakdown.
Well, what do we have?
Well, that's another Schmoedown reaction for you. I thought Miss Movies was going to pull this one out, but the killer Kalinowski showed he was a little bit better again today. This is 3rd time defeating Miss Movies, so much props to him, man. Great job. So until next time, it's your boy C-Dub. Peace.